to start. Yeah,
Okay,
but it didn't take up. It's just another recording.
okay, we'll see. If not, I'll post two. Okay, we're back. And this may be part two, or I may get it to continue. All right, so I'm done with my ribbon tails. What I'm gonna do is go through and twist all of these twist ties, because even if I put in, no, I'm not gonna do that, because I've got some tubing and I wouldn't glue it in, I would put it in the zip ties. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is get our sign ready to go in. Now this sign has a hole in every corner. So I'm gonna take a little bit of wire. They're tiny holes, and I was afraid the pipe cleaners would show too much. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of wire and put wire in all four corners and put it to my ring board. It's not a ring board, it's a frame.
It was 22 gauge steel.
I just have to make sure it's long enough. You don't want to attach it to your mesh. You want to make sure you go all the way and attach it. And 4 will hold it really nicely. But you want to make sure that you attach it to the frame itself, not, let me find my 3 pieces, not the mesh. So I'm just going to put it through the hole and double it, and then twist it on the back side so that it's secured. And I'm going to do that for all 4 holes. If you used a pipe cleaner, you wouldn't have to double it. You could just twist the end of the pipe cleaner, but for this I'm going to, it's thin wire, so I'm doubling it.
It's 22 gauge.
If you like this sign, like I said, I got it by Personalize It by Pam. She's on Etsy. I just thought it was a really pretty, kind of a traditional, but yet it had the Americana feel to it too. Okay. And so I want it in the middle of my wreath, which, let me get it down here, I think would be about right there. So I'm going to take this wire and run it through. I have a needle that I use sometimes, but I'm going to run it through this mesh and hope it doesn't bend. I'll turn it over and show you what I'm doing. I got one side of it. Let me get the other. You almost have to stand on your head sometimes to get this wire through, but at least it doesn't pick up on everything. Okay, I've got both of those through, and right now I'm not going to do it real tight. I'm just going to twist it once until I decide. I might have got it too tight. Let's see if it came back through. This one goes down. Sometimes it takes longer to get the sign on and get it straight than all the other. So I'm going to go down to here to this other end, and I'm just going to run these through this red mesh and make sure one part of my wire is on one side of the frame and the other is on the other. And of course my wire is bending instead of going through the mesh. There's one. Let me get the other. I think when you're on live you get in a hurry.
this is not live, this is a
Yeah,
record.
true. If I knew how to edit, I could just do whatever.
I can edit, I just don't have a
Okay.
machine for it.
I'm gonna twist that a little bit. Pull some of these out a little. And I'm gonna hold it up just a second, y'all. I've got this corner and this corner, and I wanna make sure it's kinda centered. Okay, looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna do this corner. I'm gonna go behind those. Get both of those. You're probably just seeing the top of my head.
Only half of your head.
My gray hair. I
What?
like using wire, but goodness, y'all. So, see, these are 2 rings apart, so I'm just gonna bring them to where it's just one and twist it a couple of times. That one may be too tight. You don't want your sign just sunk down in it. You just want to make sure it's attached well. See, both things of my wire on the same side, so I'm going to just bring one to this other side of the wire. Twist it a couple of times. Now this one over here I think was it this one? Was too tight. Okay, and I will go back and twist these and then twist them around the wire better. For now, just gonna make sure, and I'm gonna pull up some of these. Fix my ribbons. Okay, now I know if you see things that you want to cut off, do it as you're doing all this. Because when you pull on it, sometimes it will make things go a little haywire. With your mesh. So you want it kind of snuggled in there, but not to where it looks. Now see, these actually kind of hid my loop, but that's okay. Now, I have to decide what I want to do for the embellishments, because if I've got several things out. This would be pretty with nothing else added. Just fix your ribbons and cut off the white. But I'll show you what I brought that I have to decide what I'm going to use, because you could use tubing, and I do have some of that. But I'll show you what our other choices are. Let me just lay these here for a second. Okay, now here's where the glue gun will come in. I've got these pit berries, which I could, cut these off like this. They wouldn't have to go in a pipe cleaner. I could just put them in various places like that, all the way around it. Or I have these shiny stars. same thing, they could just be glued in several places, like that. Or the tubing. And the tubing is kind of, I have white and I have red. And see, we're not live for me to get y'all's opinion. This would be the only thing that I would use if I was going to do the zip ties. The pipe cleaners. I don't know why I keep calling them zip ties. I don't think I'm going to do the pit berries. I think they'll get lost. So I think that's a no. Okay. Let's see if I did the red and the white tubing. And since y'all not watching it live, you can tell me if you thought I made the right choice or not. I could do the red and the white, and you wouldn't have to do a whole lot. And I could do them in the ones that don't have the flag, the stars, because you've already got the half loop in those like that. Let's see. So I have to decide if I like the tubing or if I like the stars. And y'all know I like to hang it up and look at it for a while. So this is where your creativity comes in, and you just have to decide what you like. I thought maybe that was too much tubing, and I would probably undo these and go all the way in. And just do a little. But I think I like the shiny stars better. So let's work with that for the time being. And I believe I can get them to where they are in there, not just with the glue, but also in the pipe cleaner. So I would do something like this, then raise my star up to where it is elevated a little bit. I'm trying to decide, Ed, if I want these shiny stars or if I want the tubing.
Well, you can't really see the stars mixed in with everything else, or maybe it's just me.
You weren't in here just to, I'm not gonna put anything on these, so let me go ahead and clip these all off. So I'm gonna fold them back this way, and that's all that's gonna be on these that have this. So what I have to decide,
Speak up, baby.
and you always gotta make sure that you're twisting your pipe cleaners and that you're not untwisting them. I don't know if I like the stars because it kind of brings out the sparkle in the thing or not, but if I did the tubing, I had thought about just doing small. Just a little bit of tubing right here. It does have sparkle too. It kind of goes back up in there. You don't see it very well either. You could actually do the tubing and then glue the star on the pipe cleaner. What do you think? There again, I almost have to hang it up. But I am gonna put all these pipe cleaners behind this blue and cut them off. Already done that one. Let's do this one. Do you like the tubing with the star or?
It's okay. I could have got away with any of it, but I'm less and you're more, so.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm thinking, this is just a thought, we've pretty much done the wreath. From now on, it's gonna be just what you like. I mean, I wouldn't have to do anything, I don't think, because you've got a lot of ribbon and a lot of sparkle. But I'm really thinking that I probably will just hang it up in the utility room and then decide what I like. But I'm thinking that I won't do hardly anything here to these up close. And I may put the tubing and a star in the outside ones. And then maybe put a star on the sign for the center. But see, like here, your little half thing is hid, but I will for sure cut off all these. So, what I'm gonna do is just let y'all go, and I'm gonna cut off all these pipe cleaners that I know I'm not gonna use, these like this, that with a star. And I will probably hang it up for a day and walk by it several times, and then add, if I decide I'm gonna add the tubing. I'm thinking the tubing and a star. I didn't really like the pit berries. So, and I may decide that it doesn't need anything else. Y'all, you know, the more you add, the more you have to sell it for. So you want to keep your costs down. So I will just look at it and see. But that pretty much, you know, y'all see the wreath being close to being finished. I will just figure out about my embellishments. But you should be able to see how the more you touch stuff, the more it frays. And I will spray this when I'm done. But I'm going to go ahead and twist off all these, because if I add the tubing, I can figure that out and go back. But I'll have to look and see what it looks like hanging up. So, anyway, that's the biggest part of it. Will just be to hang it up and get all my ribbons put the way they need to be. Okay, so that's the biggest part of it. I will just decide what I want to do about the other, because until I see it hung up, I won't know for sure, and I won't do anything that can't be easily undone. So that's the wreath for today. Monday we will be doing, I have a really pretty flag dish towel that I'm going to show you how to make a cute pillow with. So don't forget to put in, if you're interested in receiving these stars that I showed you on Monday, just one example of the way you could decorate them. You can paint them and put whatever you want on them, or you can use scrapbook paper, but someone is going to receive these 3 stars. Put in #stars if you're interested in having your name put in our blessing bag, and then I will pick on Monday. And hopefully our internet comes back on pretty quick, and I can at least get the video uploaded. And then I will, once I decide what I'm going to do, I'll do it and take a picture and post that to show y'all the finished product. See, I also had these stars. I can show you these. These are shiny stars. Like if you wanted to put a white star or blue star, or I've got white, I've got blue. The blue's pretty, and I've got red. You might could do every other one or something, but I'll figure out what I want to do and take a picture. You just have to get all the different things that you have and then decide what you like. But anyway, that is our wreath for today. We're going to go ahead and end this video and then hopefully figure out how we're going to be able to get it posted. Hopefully later today. So y'all have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. Monday, actually, I think we're going to do 6 o'clock in the evening. Tonight is the last soccer game for our granddaughter, so we probably are going to go back to Mondays and Thursdays at 6. So I will see y'all Monday. Bye-bye.